Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Change that sign. Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you know that there's a very shameful sign on your forehead? Let's talk about what the sign means and what do you need to do. The Bible is an interesting book. Very interesting book. Oh, I should have told you we are going to talk about God, and I hope you will stay with me while I shift things around here. So I was saying that the Bible is very interesting. There is an amazing book in the Bible called the Psalms. It's a collection of 150 Psalms that are songs, poetry, declarations, prayers, testimonies, sermons, and so much more. I would not be surprised if you say you have never read the Bible, let alone the Psalms, because of the sign on their forehead. So there are two Psalms that are identical, but I want to bring to your attention the opening verse in both of those Psalms, Psalm 14 and Psalm 53. It says, "The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. Their deeds are vile. There is no one who does good." Let me translate that for you. If there is anyone who says, believes, subscribes to the notion that there is no God, you are a fool. I couldn't have made that up, even if I tried, but I really believe that it's true. By the way, who is a fool? Anyone who acts unwisely is a fool. So what is wrong with saying there is no God? What is wrong in choosing to be an atheist? You cannot claim that there is no God because God's existence is not dependent on what your finite mind can conceive. God is not an idea, so you cannot deny him. God is not a thought, so you cannot dismiss him. God is not a fact because he is irrefutable. God is not a concept because God is real. So let us set the records straight in your mind. God has been around before this thing we call the universe ever came into existence. Or let me put it another way. Everything has a beginning, a starting point, a birthday, a first moment. Well, God is the beginning. I'm serious. That is one of God's name, Alpha, the beginning. There was nothing or no one before God because God is the beginning. Have you ever wondered about the opening line of the Bible and what it really means? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now you thought when the earth, this massive planet on which we live, that when it came into existence, that was the beginning. But before that happened, there was God. The next time you're about to say there is no God, think again, because to think otherwise is to confirm that you are a fool. A second point which totally annihilates the argument that there is no God is you. Yes, I hold you up as exhibit number 1. You must be wondering, what is he going to say now? Let not your heart be troubled. To deny the existence of God is to deny your very existence. Here's why. Let us assume that there is no God. Let's assume that there is a God. Well, this imaginary God created humans. Yes, he did. But he didn't just create an idea or a concept or a figment of his imagination. God was 100% deliberate and intentional when he created humans. God did not search for ideas. He did not do an experiment. God did not try something to see if it would work. When God created the first human beings, God spoke to himself and said, "Let us make man in our image and in our likeness." Let me hasten to say that he did not use a mirror. God created two people in his image and his likeness in every way. And do you know something? When God was through making humans, he said, "That's good." Well, that was the first human being. Well, this great God equipped the first human beings to carry out what he started. He told them to be fruitful and multiply and replenish or fill the earth with more of yourselves, more people made in the image and likeness of God himself. And just when your human mind would think that God stepped away from the business of creating human beings, think again. Every baby from before that baby was conceived, God has been playing an active role. In Psalm 139, another psalm, we read the following. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. Psalm 139 verses 13 to 16. Are you still wearing that sign on your forehead, by the way? Well, I have just one more point to make today. What do you call things like murder, lies, stealing, wars, sleeping with your neighbor's spouse? You call them wrong deeds, right? These are just some of the million wrong deeds that folks like you and me do every day. God has another word for it. He calls it sin. S-I-N, sin. And sin separates us from God. And that was really supposed to be permanent and irreversible. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5 and verse 8. Yes, my friend, it is true. Every word of that statement is 100% true, irrefutable, incontestably truth. God made a choice that even though humans had turned away from him, some even claiming that there is no God, God loved us with a love that cannot be explained. God loves us so much that God did the unimaginable, the unthinkable, the unexpected. God sent his son Jesus from heaven to earth to die for sinners. I mean folks like you and me and every living being on this planet called earth. Why? So that we can be redeemed, so that we can be brought back to the original relationship with God. And here is the winning note. All each human being has to do is to believe in his heart that God raised Jesus from the dead and confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord. That's it. God forgives you and he redeems you to a great relationship with himself. In fact, if you choose not to do that, God calls you a fool. Oh, by the way, that is a sign I was asking you to remove from your forehead. It says fool. Today is the last day you are going to wear that sign. As of today, I am speaking it clearly. As of today, you are going to declare that there is a God. And as of today, you will not just believe that there is a God, but accept that God into your life because of what he has done to redeem you into relationship with himself. The new sign that you are going to wear as of today is child of God. Will you replace the old with the new? I would be so happy if you did.